The murder of the Murdaugh family shocked the entire world. On that tragic night, the father and the family did not hesitate for an instant to gun down his wife and son, with whom he had shared more than 2 decades. But why would a disgraced lawyer take his wife's and son's lives? Was he as crazy as the media says? Or is he more clever and evil than we thought? This is the chilling story of the Murdaugh family murders. The Murdaugh family is a regional American lawyer dynasty of Low Country, South Carolina natives. They have a prestigious reputation as lawyers dating back to 1920. During their heyday, 3 family members served consecutively as district attorneys in charge of prosecuting all criminal cases in the state's 14th Circuit Court. This led locals to regard the 5-country district as Murdaugh country. But behind this image of excellence, prestige, and luxury, hid a family full of perverse and dark secrets. Richard Alex Murdaugh and other family members have been the subjects of multiple investigations involving manslaughter, murder, corruption, and other alleged crimes such as insurance fraud, customer fraud, and drug trafficking. Among these crimes is the murder of Alex's wife and son. On June 7, 2021, South Carolina Law Enforcement Division officers responded to a 911 call late at night. According to it, 2 people had been found dead at their Islandton, South Carolina residence. When police responded to the crime scene, they found 52-year-old Margaret Murdaugh and her son Paul Murdaugh, 22, dead on the family's 1,770-acre property. Paul Murdaugh was awaiting trial for the 2019 boating accident related to the death of a 19-year-old woman. On that day, Paul had attended a meeting on Paris Island and had been drinking before getting behind the wheel of a boat with 5 passengers. When he crashed into a bridge, 19-year-old Mallory Beach was ejected from the boat. Sadly, her body was found a week later. In May 2019, Paul pleaded not guilty and was released after posting $50,000 bail. However, this would not be the first member of the Murdaugh family will be implicated in a murder. On July 8, 2015, Stephen Smith, a 19-year-old nursing student, was also found dead on a rural road in Hampton County. The cause of his death was blunt force trauma. The case was ruled a hit and run with no suspects arrested. Smith was openly gay and had a high school classmate of Alex Murdaugh's oldest son, Buster, who survived his family's massacre years later. Interestingly, the initial research interviewees repeatedly implicated Buster and accused him of having a relationship with Stephen. Nevertheless, the case remained unsolved, but further investigations suggest that the killer may have been Alex Murdaugh. On February 2, 2018, the Murdaugh's housekeeper Gloria Satterfield suffered a severe head injury after falling down the steps of the family's Moselle estate and lost her life on February 26 from a stroke. Although the death was reported as a trip-and-fall accident, no coroner was notified, nor was an autopsy performed. The death certificate also incongruously stated that she had died of natural causes, but the injuries are far from a natural death. About a month before Gloria died, Alex had taken out commercial insurance to claim the insurance related to her death. In other words, he had already planned the death of the housekeeper who had served his family for so many years. For this reason, none of Satterfield's children saw a penny. According to multiple allegations, Alex Murdaugh, Chad Westendorf, and attorney Corey Fleming conspired to steal the insurance policy settlement from the Satterfields for $4.3 million. The scam involved diverting the money into Alex's bank account and failing to notify the Satterfields that the insurance payout had occurred. This scam involved the collaboration of Murdaugh's law firm PMPED and Palmetto State Bank. As you can see, the Murdaugh family was involved in too many murders in a short period to be considered a coincidence. And in all of them, Alex Murdaugh was also involved in one way or another. Yet, the murder that has undoubtedly horrified the media the most was that of his own family. As you may recall, his wife Maggie and son Paul were found dead under strange circumstances. The causes of their deaths were multiple gunshots fired from different weapons. Initially, Alex reported that he was with his mother during the night of the crime, yet the investigators discovered that he had been present during the murders. At the time, Maggie was separated from Alex and lived away from him at her beach house on Edisto Island. Further investigation revealed that weeks earlier, Maggie had been consulting with a divorce attorney in Charleston to discuss discuss the termination of her marriage to Alex. Police reports revealed that Alex called Maggie to meet him at their hunting lodge. He also proposed that the two traveled together to see his father, Randolph, who was seriously ill. Maggie knew something wasn't right, so she texted a friend to tell him Alex was acting suspiciously. Although she didn't know what it was about, she sensed he was up to something. But sadly, she never imagined her husband was planning to murder her, and was unaware that her husband was a murderer, unafraid to get blood on his hands. That day, Maggie agreed to meet her husband and drove to their hunting lodge. There she met her son Paul in the kennel on the property. This would be where they would both lose their lives. According to the accusations, Alex shot his wife and son there with a rifle and a shotgun. But what drove him to commit these ruthless murders? This is the most chilling part of the Murdaugh family case. He did it for money. One of Alex Murdaugh's greatest weaknesses was his addiction to opioids, which drained his bank accounts. For this reason, Alex built a fortune on deception, manipulating people into accepting unfavorable deals to continue supporting his expensive vices. During his family's murder trial, Alex admitted to stealing millions from his clients to fuel his lavish lifestyle. Despite this, he denied killing his wife and son and only took the racketeering charges. Unfortunately, prosecutors suspect that he may have killed his wife and son to distract justice from his financial crimes, which had begun to become public, as well as to buy time to cover up his other crimes before they destroyed his family's reputation. In this way, he intended to generate sympathy and reduce his sentence. However, this seems to be a poor excuse for a man to end up murdering his family. Therefore, we have gathered other possible reasons that could have led him to murder his wife and son. Among some of the possible causes for Murdaugh's murder, his son Paul had gotten him into legal and financial trouble after being charged with the death of Mallory Beach. To make matters worse, he had also been expelled from the University of California for plagiarism. Moreover, his wife Maggie was looking to divorce him and possibly keep her share of his assets. And finally, Alex had just been caught embezzling money from his clients, forcing him to leave the firm his great-grandfather had so sacrificially founded. All these factors led him to cold-bloodedly murder his family to gain the empathy of the community and protect his money. However, the murders had the opposite effect on his already ruined reputation. In fact, it would be for the murder of his family that he would end up behind bars. Alex's presence at the crime scene was discovered thanks to a cell phone video taken by his son, in which Alex's voice can be heard moments before the murder. During the trial, the jury heard from over 75 witnesses and viewed nearly 800 pieces of evidence. The weeks of testimony included countless twists and turns. Finally, it was discovered that Alex had hired his former supplier of illicit substances to murder him so his son Buster could collect a $10 million life insurance policy.
Well, I think it does matter, man. I don't think it's, I mean, something's got to give. I mean, I understand that you've done illegal but that doesn't mean you can just, turn a cold shoulder to the laws of the United States.
Allegedly done illegal stuff. I'm kidding. Anyway, it is what it is, It is what it is.
Unfortunately for the con man, the bullet grazed his head and did not end his life. The supplier confessed to the crime and was charged with assisted suicide assault and battery of a seriously aggravated nature, as well as conspiracy to commit insurance fraud. As a result, Alex had to offer new explanations to the courts. Murdaugh is facing nearly 100 charges against him for various financial crimes and is accused of stealing more than $8 million and orchestrating his own death. People are capable of doing anything for money. Some will sell an organ or rob an elderly couple. Others will be willing to swindle or kidnap a person. But for Alex Murdaugh, nothing is more valuable than money and reputation. Not even his life and the lives of his family.